All right, everybody, remember to hit the like and subscribe button. So I'm trying to wire up this wiring harness here. This is my switchboard for all the lights on my boat. Now I want each switch to have its own fuse in the fuse box. Now this is just wired up just to show you what you need to do, and I'll explain to you how to determine what size fuse you need for each unit. Now keep in mind everything's LED, so you could probably get away with 10 amps on everything. So we'll get into this. Up here is your negative terminals. Okay, so you got 6 negatives, and then you'll have 3 positives here and 3 positives over here. Obviously this positive goes to this unit and the first negative goes to this unit. So, and then this is your second down here, your third down here. I'm not 100%, but I'll figure it out. But I do believe it's the first one is here, second one is obviously going to be there. This third one I believe is there. These two might be switched. I don't know. I'll have to figure it out. But anyways, the one thing I do not want with my unit is when everything is plugged in, I don't want these lights on. Okay, they're supposed to indicate that they're working. Now these up here, these are going to be hardwired into the fuse box themselves. That's where these wires come into play. Okay, as you can see, I know it's a big mess in here, but the way we have it is we're going to take all these out. These are just piggybacks to piggyback off of this, so you can just run this unit directly to your battery and to all of your units. We're not going to do that because, again, if you blow a fuse, you lose everything. So this way, if I blow a fuse on my anchor light, it'll indicate which one blew the fuse. Okay, there's these little lights here. So if that red light comes on, it's telling me this fuse blew. If this one comes on, this one blew. If it's this outer one here, this one blew, which is really neat. I really like that. Now, so everybody knows the yellow wire is negative because I ran out of black wire. So this black wire, okay, is going down to the light unit down here. If you follow this up, that's going to go back here on this back one right here. And then this negative here, okay, these two back here are negative. As you can see with the other switches, those two are negative. These two are negative. So you're going to take your negative, okay, here. That's going to go up to your fuse box. That's going to give you the juice that you need. Well, technically. Then this one here, okay, comes off the fuse box. That one goes directly behind your unit one. So this one's going directly to the battery, or to the light. So now what we'll do is we'll flip it over, okay, and now that turns on my light. Okay, these ones up here will be wired into their own fuse right here. Because these ones are going to draw off more power, we're probably going to have to put probably a 50 or a 40 amp in here. Now this is how you're going to have to figure it out if you don't have a meter. Okay, I do have a meter, but I'll show you. Every fuse indicates, you know, the colors indicate what they are. So red is 10, orange is 5. Usually your larger ones, okay, this one goes up to a 30 amp. So you can see maybe this one is a 25, which they used to have white paint on them, but I don't see it on there. This one's probably a 20 or 30. This one is a 20. So what you're going to do is you're going to find all your 30 amps. You're going to take this one out, okay, with your unit on. Okay, you have to turn the unit on. You take this out, all right, start with the highest number that you have, okay, plug it in. If it's holding, great. Pull it out, go down to the next size. What I wanted to try is this is a 5 amp. I had a 10 in. I want to put a 5 in. We're going to see if this will work. Hold on. So we'll put the 5 in. Okay, so the 5 doesn't work. Oh wait, I'm hitting the wrong switch. The 5 does work. It's holding fine. It's not glowing, anything. So for this backlight, we can put in a 5. Now, here's something else that a lot of people don't know. If you take this fuse out, all right, let's go with 20 here. think this is a 20, yeah, 20. If you take, and you see here, it's indicating that the fuse is out. Not meaning physically out, it's just not working. So put this in here. This is a 20. Sometimes with older lights, the higher the amperage is on the fuse, the brighter this is, but the faster you're going to drain your battery. So if you can get away with a 5 amp, then keep that 5 amp in there, okay? So if you blow a fuse, it indicates which fuse blew. That way you ain't looking underneath your dashboard to see which one it was. So we'll put the 5 in, make sure it's in tight, and that way we have our anchor light. Now you can do this for all of them. Now with these, like I said, these two here, okay, for all these three, they're going to be hardwired, okay? So these two right here will go right directly into their fuse box. The reason why we're doing this is because all of this stuff, even the battery, is going to be put underneath the dashboard. I want the easiest way possible to see what blew or what caused the issue on my boat. When you're out in the water, you don't take all of this with you. You don't take all these tools with you. So this is the best way to do it, and you don't want these lights on. I know a lot of people tell me this, they only draw off like 0.03 amps, but that's still taking a draw off my battery. I do not want that. Now, a lot of people, especially me, okay, where we go fishing at, they have a rule, you have to have a 10 horse or lower. This is an Evinrude 99. It's older. It's actually from the 60s. It does not have a way to recharge this battery. My newer motor on my bass boat did, my Mercury, it would recharge this battery while it was running. This one does not do that. So for this, okay, it's gonna go up front. It's gonna sit under here. They make these trickle chargers now where they're solar powered, and you would put it right on the top of your boat up there if you have the place. If you don't, if it's an open hull, you put it like beside the windshield or something like that, and that will keep juice going to the battery. Now all this battery here is going to hold charge on or keep power to or my switches, so my lights and everything will be switched. There will be a switch for a radio, which if you want to fish at Lake Erie, you have to have a emergency radio built into your boat, which we will put in. But this battery powering this light, my dock lights, which are these, okay? Everything's LED. The reason why we went LED, one, they're brighter. Two, they use less power. So if we run everything on here with that, we should have not one single issue. Now, everybody says, well, you got all these switches on here. What are they all going to go to? Well, one's going to be Fish Finder. The other one's going to be, we're actually going to put headlights on this boat because we do night fish. There will be lights built up underneath here, okay? So we will be able to see down below us. Obviously, my anchor light will be in the back. Now, back here, we're going to put the same battery setup. It's going to be in this box. And this one, or the second one, will be underneath down here, and that will draw power for my electric start for my motor and for my troll motor. My troll motor is a 55-pound thrust, and on this battery, which is a 27 Marine, it has 850 MCA, I think it is. We figured it out. I can go full blast on this motor, pushing this boat for almost 4 hours. Almost. It's like 3 hours and like 48 minutes. So when you're doing any wiring for your boat, one of the things that I always tell people is don't get this stuff, okay? This is supposed to be boat wire, but when you open it up, okay, this shit is super thin. If I can get it open. This stuff is extremely thin. Okay, it's very thin. You don't really want this, but this stuff is good if you're going to wire up some lights or something. But you want to get marine wire, same size. Okay, I think it's 12 gauge. All right, but it's got a thicker case on it, as you can tell the difference here. Okay, it's got a much thicker case on it. This is more watertight. Make sure you have plenty of heat shrink stuff. Make sure your connections are tight and good. When you locate this, make sure you mark everything what it is. You don't have to, because again, it'll tell you when it pops, but you might want to do that just in case you have to rewire something. But yeah, I'm super thrilled. Now it works. And again, that's the only time I want that indicator to be on, because up here is going to be drawing power constantly, whether it's being used or not. And you can wire this up to work anything. But what we're going to do is we're not going to keep these wired up like this, okay? Again, this was just for demonstration. We're going to put a, what's that called? It's a, like a kind of like a kill switch. It cuts the power from your fuse box, okay? So nothing will work without the key, and you can pick those up at Harbor Freight. It's actually so you don't drain your battery. If you leave this on, okay, even though nothing's on, you will get a parasitic leak over time. But this is how I'm going to go over one more time with you just so you can see on how to wire this up. So this is your unit wire. That's your back negative, okay? Your side negative here, closest to here, is going to go directly to your fuse box. This one, okay, is going to go to your unit, so that's controlling the power that's already in the relay to your unit. And then the back one behind it, that one goes to your fuse box. So what's happening is your positive power is going to your fuse box, your wiring harness. This power has to go through here, okay, or I'm sorry, it has to go through here, hit here, okay. Then your negative is going to come off. It's going to run to your relay, so you have negative. This negative has to run to your unit. This power cord is going to come down. That's going to go back here, okay? And then it's holding the power in here now. And then this, as soon as you hit the switch, that power draws the power out, and it goes directly down to your unit. So I know these are confusing, and this looks like it's nuts, but this is all going to get ripped out. It's just for some reason, this shit's hard as hell to get off. So, and when you're done and you figure out where you want to put it, this whole unit is going to be put right here, okay? I thought about putting it over there, but I have a feeling it's going to get wet a lot, so it's going to go onto the dashboard. But that way, everybody knows how to wire this up, because every time I watch these, people have drawings with squiggly lines and all that. I don't understand all of this. This is layman's terms for electricians.